Breaking, United States forces seize Venezuela's president in a covert night operation.
3:47 a.m. local time. The sky over northern Venezuela is dark and calm. At 24,000 feet, a United States Air Force aircraft moves south at 365 miles per hour. All navigation lights are off. No radio calls, no signals. Just engines pushing forward through empty air. Inside the aircraft, special operations troops sit strapped in, silent, checking gear by touch. No one is guessing what happens next. They already know the timeline. Distance to target, 11 miles. Maximum time on the ground, 37 minutes. Below them, Caracas is asleep. Streets are quiet. Homes are dark. Nothing on the surface suggests that the balance of power is about to shift. The target is Nicolás Maduro. Instead of staying inside hardened government facilities, he chose a private residence. Lighter security, predictable movement. A decision made for comfort, not survival. As the aircraft closes in, power across parts of the city suddenly drops. Cell signals vanish. Military radios fall silent. To most people, it feels like another routine outage. To the crew watching live feeds, it means something else. The operation has already begun. If you want to stay with this story as it unfolds minute by minute, subscribe now. The most dangerous phase is still ahead. What happened overnight was not just a raid, it was a strategic line crossed. For years, the standoff between the United States and Venezuela had stayed indirect. Sanctions, warnings, diplomatic pressure, intelligence games played in the shadows. But this operation changed the rules in one quiet night. This was not about territory. It was not about oil fields or naval routes. It was about credibility. The question was simple. Could the United States reach the very center of power without starting a war? The location matters. Caracas is not an isolated target. It is a dense city where military units, civilians, and political power exist within minutes of each other. Any mistake here would not just fail a mission, it would ignite a regional crisis. The timing matters even more. The operation was executed in a window measured in minutes, not hours. That narrow window existed only because the target followed a predictable routine. Security experts know this is the one mistake that elite protection units are trained to prevent. For Venezuelan forces, this moment is deeply personal. It tells them that no distance, no border, and no title guaranteed safety anymore. For United States planners, it was a calculated risk designed to end uncertainty fast, before outside powers could react. This is why the world reacted instantly. Allies watched closely. Rivals measured the signal. Markets moved. And inside Venezuela, both fear and hope spread at the same time. Right here, the tension peaks. If you believe the United States sent the right message, press 1. If you think this crossed a dangerous line, press 9. And comment your view as this story continues. And while debates begin on television and online, the operation itself is still unfolding in real time. Because once the first move succeeds, the response is never far behind. 04:08 a.m. The first signs of trouble reach the ground. Inside the private residence, backup generators kick on. Interior lights return, but the outer security cameras stay dark. Guards check their radios. Nothing works. Phones show no signal. At first, they assume it is another system failure. Then the sound appears. Low, heavy, steady. Rotor noise. At first, it blends into the night. Helicopters are not rare over Caracas. But this sound does not pass. It holds position. On a control screen inside the house, a technician leans closer. One camera feed flickers, then freezes. Another goes black. He reaches for the radio again. Still nothing. Outside, the noise grows louder. 04:09 a.m. A helicopter moves directly over the roof, hovering at about 80 feet. The wind from the rotor slams into the trees and walls. Loose objects scatter across the yard. Then the first figures drop. Ropes snap tight. Boots hit the roof. 12 operators land in less than 12 seconds. They move instantly, spreading out, weapons low but ready. Inside, guards finally understand this is not a blackout. An alarm is shouted. Orders are confused. Some men move toward the stairs. Others rush for exterior positions that no longer exist. A sharp blast rips through the roof. The explosion is controlled, but the sound shakes the entire building. Smoke fills the upper hallway. Before anyone can react, flash devices go off, flooding rooms with light and noise. On the second floor, footsteps pound toward a reinforced door. This is the location intelligence had marked as the sleeping area of Nicolás Maduro. Guards try to form a defense, but the attackers see everything through night vision. Movements are slow. Every step is exposed. 0409 a.m. The door fails. Operators enter fast, weapons aimed, voices clear and calm. Commands are given in Spanish. Hands are ordered up. Resistance collapses in seconds. On an encrypted channel, a short message is sent upward. We have the package. For the first time since the aircraft crossed the border, the plan is no longer theoretical. It is real. And now, the most dangerous part begins. 0410 a.m. The operation spreads beyond the walls of the residence. Outside the property, security teams finally regroup. Vehicles start moving from nearby bases. Headlights flash on, then off again as drivers realize visibility is useless without communications. At the same moment, helicopters shift position. Two aircraft slide outward, forming a wide perimeter. Another drops lower, covering the rear garden. Above them, attack helicopters circle quietly. Sensors locked on every moving heat source within a mile. Inside the house, the pace is controlled but relentless. Operators move room to room, clearing threats, securing weapons, pulling guards to the floor. Some resist, most freeze. They are trained for crowds and checkpoints, not elite night assaults where every shadow belongs to the attacker. 0412 a.m. A convoy appears on infrared sensors, moving fast from the north. 6 vehicles, tight spacing, speed increasing. In close combat planning, speed means intent. A warning is issued, not by radio, but by force. Rockets strike the road ahead of the lead vehicle, tearing asphalt into the air. No direct hits, no casualties. The message is clear. The convoy stops. Then it turns around. Elsewhere, a larger unit advances on foot through residential streets. They slow down when they see silhouettes ahead. Calm, unmoving, weapons steady. A voice comes through a loudspeaker, firm and measured, telling them to stop and turn back. They hesitate. Orders never arrive. For a brief moment, everything holds. No gunfire, no shouting, just tension. Inside the aircraft overhead, confirmation comes through. The target is secure. Nicolás Maduro is alive, restrained, and moving toward extraction. This is the point of no return. If you think this escalation proves United States dominance, press 1. If you believe it risks pushing the conflict too far, press 9. And leave your view as this situation unfolds. 0416 a.m. The extraction order is given. Teams begin collapsing inward, step by step, without breaking formation. Every movement is timed. Every angle is covered. Because the longer they stay, the higher the cost becomes. And somewhere beyond the city, forces on both sides are finally waking up to what just happened. 04:02 a.m. Just as the extraction begins, the situation shifts. For the first time that night, movement appears far beyond the perimeter. Not vehicles, not foot units, air contacts. 2 fighter jets lift off from an airbase east of Caracas. Their climb is fast, rushed, uncoordinated. Pilots were scrambled late with limited information and no clear picture of what they are chasing. Inside the extraction helicopters, crews sense the change before any warning reaches them. No alarms, no shouted commands, just subtle course corrections and tighter formations. Above them, unseen aircraft move first. The Venezuelan pilots believe they are reacting to an intrusion still in progress. They assume the attackers are exposed, low, and vulnerable. That assumption is the mistake. What they do not see is the air shield already in place. Aircraft launched long before the raid began. Aircraft positioned not to attack, but to deny access. 04/19 a.m. On a secure channel, a short message passes through the force. Extraction remains green, no deviation. On the ground, security units hesitate again. Orders conflict. Communications stutter. No one knows who controls the air, and no one wants to guess wrong. Inside one helicopter, Nicolás Maduro is secured into a seat with a tight harness. He says nothing. The noise is constant, overwhelming, but the reality is unmistakable. This is no longer an escape. It is a sealed outcome. If you think Venezuela misread the situation and reacted too late, press 1. If you believe the response could still change everything, press 9 and leave your take. The helicopters drop lower, using terrain and darkness to disappear. Each second adds distance. Each mile reduces risk. Behind them, fighters search empty air. Ground forces arrive at a location already abandoned. The twist is simple. The operation did not outrun the response. It predicted it. And by the time that became clear, there was nothing left to stop. 04:21 a.m. This is the most fragile moment of the entire operation. The helicopters are still deep inside hostile airspace, flying low, fully loaded, with no room for error. Every person on board understands that if something breaks now, there is no backup plan. Inside the lead aircraft, engines push harder. Airspeed climbs past 140 miles per hour. The ground below rises and drops fast, forcing constant adjustments. The pilots do not speak. Their hands move without hesitation. Above them, unseen protective aircraft remain locked in position. 04:23 a.m. Two hostile fighter jets continue searching. They sweep wide arcs across the sky, but their picture is incomplete. Communications are weak. Guidance is unclear. Every second they guess, fuel burns away. Inside the helicopter, the crew chief stares at the instruments. One warning light flickers, then stabilizes. No one reacts. This is not the time for doubt. A pilot shifts course slightly, just a few degrees. That small change keeps the aircraft pressed against the terrain, hidden by hills and darkness. In moments like this, survival is measured in feet, not miles. A calm voice comes through the radio. Hold course. No panic, no race tone, just control. Inside the cabin, Nicolás Maduro remains seated, restrained, surrounded by operators whose focus never leaves him. He does not speak. No one looks at him. Right now, he is cargo, not power. 04:25 a.m. The fighters lose contact. They circle once more. Then again, nothing. For the extraction force, the tension does not ease yet. Not until the coastline comes into view. Not until the risk of interception drops with every mile of open water ahead. The sound inside the aircraft changes as they push faster. Wind noise rises. Engines strain. No one relaxes. If you believe the United States calculated this moment perfectly, press 1. If you think one small mistake here could have reversed everything, press 9 and leave your view. 04:30 a.m. The first helicopter crosses the coastline. Then the second, then the last. Only now does breathing slow. Shoulders drop slightly. But there is still no celebration. A final message goes out across the force. We are clear. The climax does not end with explosions or gunfire. It ends with control. Because the most dangerous phase is not the attack. It is the escape. By sunrise, the helicopters are gone. In Caracas, the first reports are confused. Residents talk about explosions, power failures, and aircraft in the sky. Security forces seal streets, but they arrive late. The residence is empty. The target is gone. Inside government buildings, phones ring without answers. Orders overlap. No one is fully in charge. For the first time in years, the system hesitates. Hours later, confirmation comes from Washington. The United States announces that Nicolás Maduro is in federal custody, facing criminal charges. The statement is brief. No celebration, no details, just facts. The reaction is immediate. Supporters of the Venezuelan government call it an act of aggression. Allies condemn it as a violation of sovereignty. Others stay silent, watching carefully. They are measuring what this means for the future. Inside Venezuela, the response is split. Some celebrate in the streets. Others are angry and afraid. Many simply wait, unsure what comes next. For the military, the message is clear. Titles did not protect the target. Borders did not stop the operation. and response time was not fast enough to matter. For the United States, the signal is just as strong. This was not a war, it was not an invasion. It was a precision move designed to end uncertainty in one night. The larger ripple spreads outward, markets react, then stabilize. Regional leaders reassess their positions. Rival powers debate how far this precedent goes and where the next line might be drawn. One thing is certain, this operation did not close a chapter, it opened one. Because when a sitting president can be taken without a single shot fired in public view, every government pays attention. And the next confrontation may not come with warnings, speeches, or time to prepare. It may already be moving, quietly, while the world argues about what just happened.